Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, there's two credit unions that's willing to give you up to $25,000 with a 550 credit score. Okay, and I'm gonna actually explain to you how to go about it, and I'm gonna explain to you which credit unions you need to start vetting. Okay, now the first one we're talking about is Affinity Credit Union. Now there are two Affinity credit unions. There's Affinity Plus Credit Union, and then there's Affinity Credit Union. You want to focus on Affinity Credit Union, not Affinity Plus. Okay, that's one of the biggest differences, and a lot of people get this confused. And why with this credit union is because if you have over 8 inquiries, they will still be willing to give you a credit card. Okay, that's number one. Now, number two is that with this here Affinity Credit Union, they will give you multiple products. They will give you up to 2 credit cards and a line of credit off of one hard inquiry. Okay, that's something. Now, here's the thing about it. Joining, okay, many people thought they're geo restricted. There's actually 2 ways for you to join Affinity Credit Union. Okay, so the first way is through the Affinity Foundation. Okay, you can join through the Affinity Foundation, and the second way is through the New Jersey Coalition. All right, now that's 2 ways for you to join. All right, because I know some people, well, how do you join? Those are the 2 ways that you join. Now, here's the thing that you have to understand. Granted, they will work with you when you have high inquiries. However, if you have a high check systems, this may disqualify you. So you have to make sure that you don't have a lot of hard inquiries on your check system. Hard inquiries on the credit report, okay, but the check systems is where they draw the line. All right, and this is very important. All right, now here's an insider thing that may help you. All right, besides the other things to help stack. All right, one is that if they do not give you your membership number right away, it's always best to call. Okay, call and speak to a rep. All right, when you call and speak to a rep, you can verify your information. All right, now the reason you want to do that by you verifying your information and stuff there, then they may be able to do a manual underwriting to process your application. Now, here's another thing. If I were you, I would not jump right in and apply. Okay, and when you have a 550 credit score, this is one of those credit unions you have to garden. Okay, and the reason you have to garden this is because when you have bad credit, they don't know you, they don't trust you, and you already proven that you can't be reliable. All right, whether it was your fault or anybody else's fault, this is what they're looking at. They're looking at the scoring. Now, the credit bureau they're going to be pulling from is Experian. Now, in terms of gardening the relationship, what you have to do, I would tell you to open up a checking account and a savings account. And I will also see if they have like maybe a small money market CD, a money market account, or a CD. All right, and I would get their secured products as well. All right, now here's another thing that's a big factor into doing this, and I'm gonna tell you about the other credit union that most people are familiar with. All right, also with direct deposit. Now, you being self-employed and you just doing your side hustle, not a regular job, you may think it's challenging. However, it's not challenging. All you have to do is register a business. Okay, the money that's coming in from your side hustle, that money can be deposited into your business bank account, whether it's through PayPal or if you're doing it through Cash App or whatever. Deposit it through your business bank account. Then what you want to do is transfer that money over to your checking account. And so that would make it a direct deposit from your company. All right. This is one of the things that most people, they miss because they think that, well, since I'm self-employed, I can't do direct deposit. Yes, you can. You also may have like an investment account. You may have an investment account with Robinhood or Fidelity or whatever. So if you have a money market account with them or something, you can transfer money from that account over to your personal checking account. That will qualify as a deposit. You just can't have some family member put money into your checking account. All right, that does not qualify. All right. Now, another thing that may be able to help you. No, I'm not going to say that right now because I don't want to confuse you. So I'm not going to say that. All right. Well, let's go to the other credit union. And if you all have a credit union that you think is more flexible than these two credit unions with a 550 credit score, put that credit union in the chat. Let us know. All right. The next one we always talk about is Navy Federal. Okay. And again, the same key elements that go for Navy Federal as well. Once you're able to join, all right, having that direct deposit, having a checking account, a savings account, a pledge loan, okay? And again, it's because of the multiple accounts, also having that starter CD, right, which is about $50. Having multiple accounts, this helps with their internal score as well. So even with a 550, especially when you have that direct deposit coming in, this is what they actually look at to determine if they want to help bypass you and giving you a regular unsecured card. Now, in terms of the 25,000, the thing that you have to do is definitely you have to have larger deposits. So a person that it's on Social Security benefits or low income or something like that, you probably would not qualify for a $15,000, $25,000 credit card with either of these right off the back. Okay. It has to be, again, it has to be long term. It has to be income. It has to be long term. It has to be income so that you all understand that they're willing to be flexible enough. And I would tell you the idea income, again, with most of these credit unions and stuff, the idea income is usually around 45,000 or more. Okay. That's the idea income. If you're in that range or whatever, a lot of these credit unions, they're more flexible and more forgiving, especially when you have larger deposits and things of that nature. All right. And the reason I know those metrics is because of me looking at credit files every day, looking at different data points and stuff. I even have a system, like when I tell you all about like those loans that don't report on a credit file and stuff like that. I have a system that actually tells me, if somebody's on government benefits, how much they approved them for. So I have a system that lets me know which ones they're approving, whether if they're part-time, if they're unemployed. My system actually tells me this about people and their demographics and stuff. It doesn't give me their names and stuff, but it does tell me like what lender is approving with this. That's the reason why I tell you, like with those $5,000 loans and stuff from those platforms and stuff, that's the reason I tell you those systems are going to be your easiest systems when you have low income. All right. So I hope this video helps you. If you have any question about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.